Hi everyone, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in today's video I want to present a very different angle on nightshades and acne. Because I no longer think nightshades are causing breakouts for the reason most people believe. Usually people claim nightshades are inflammatory or that they create some kind of sensitivity reaction. But honestly, I think that explanation completely misses what is actually going on. Now, nightshades include foods like potatoes, tomatoes, eggplant, bell peppers, chili peppers, and paprika. And what stands out immediately is that many of these foods are especially high in potassium. And potassium is one of the main minerals involved in fluid balance and balancing sodium inside the body. Now, if we look at the modern world for a second, most people consume massive amounts of salt through processed foods while eating very little potassium-rich whole foods. So what happens is that over years, the body adapts to this chronically high sodium environment. And then suddenly, someone starts eating more potassium-rich foods, like tomatoes or potatoes, because they want to become healthier. And the internal environment starts shifting. And honestly, I think this is what people are often experiencing. Not toxicity, not mysterious inflammation, but the fluid shift happening inside an already dysregulated system. Because when you really think about it, this would explain a lot of things that the current acne model struggles to explain properly. It would explain why acne can change literally overnight, why breakouts often feel swollen or pressure-filled, why puffiness often appears before acne, why menstrual cycles affect acne so strongly, why alcohol worsens it, why salty foods worsen it, and why so many healthy foods seem to trigger breakouts as well. And this is where I think the real problem starts, because people experience temporary worsening during this adjustment phase, panic, and immediately stop eating the foods that may actually help restore balance long term. So then the conclusion becomes: tomatoes cause acne, potatoes cause acne, nightshades are inflammatory, because that is the framework people have been given. But what if the real issue was the chronically dysregulated environment that existed beforehand? And honestly, once I started looking at it this way, so many things suddenly started making sense to me. Because acne often does not behave like a simple clogged pore problem. It behaves more like pressure, swelling, fluctuation, fluid shifts, and instability. And the craziest part to me is that almost nobody seriously isolated sodium and fluid retention variables in acne research. Meanwhile, the modern industrial diet massively increased sodium exposure while reducing potassium-rich whole foods at the same time. So instead of questioning the environment itself, entire industry formed around treating the downstream symptom like oil, sebum, clogged pores, and lifelong skincare routines, while the bigger systemic issue may have been sitting there the entire time. Now, of course, real allergies and intolerances exist, and I do not deny that. So if you have been diagnosed with a real sensitivity or allergy, you should obviously follow medical advice. But in general, if the only reaction is temporary breakouts, I personally think that there is a very real possibility that what people are experiencing is a shift in internal fluid balance rather than the food themselves being inherently harmful. Now, I hope that this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!